what is House of Pop to me? House of Pop to me is finally having a home, finally having a space where I can bring in my friends and people I look up to and people I admire, and I can work with them, and we can create and we can practice and we can fail and we can succeed all together in a very safe environment. The other thing is that with pop, I have to have an environment that feeds me, that inspires me, and I have all these things now in here that I walk through the door and I'm immediately ready to go. I mean, I'm ready to work. I'm inspired. I'm ready to shoot whatever it is that we're doing. So just that aspect where I can walk through the door and feel that way. I know the other stylists are walking through feeling that way, and the clients are walking through and feeling that way. I mean, you should be comfortable in here, but it should challenge you. It should make you want to either look better, or it should change your aesthetic, or it should change what your music you're listening to, or how you're dressing, or the restaurants you go to. It should help elevate that, and the clients that come in and get that are thankful for it. How has Andy Warhol influenced me and my work? I think I liked Andy the most just because, number one, you could see him grow up to the painting and the silk screens, and then moving into film and moving into music management, and eventually having Interview Magazine. He was cool because he wasn't by himself. He always had brought people around to help not only inspire him, but to help do a lot of the work. He always had this very eclectic group around him to draw from and draw inspiration from, and he wasn't afraid to share. And that always hit me. And I mean, I loved that, silk screening is very mechanical, and he was able to literally turn something that was very commercial into high-end art, and people bought it. But Andy understood the relevance of what was popular. That's where we get the whole pop art concept and pop music and pop fashion. I mean, but it's popular, but it can still be cool. You can raise it to a higher level, which always definitely inspired me. And since I do so much filming, how he filmed, there was a sense of humor there, where he could be filming something very serious, but little things like dropping the mic down so that the audience knew they were watching a movie and it wasn't real life. I always thought that was pretty cool. So my approach with my work, just being doesn't really affect how I do it, but it affects my interpretation of it. It's always do it with a sense of humor. Never take yourself too seriously, but the quality's still got to be there. And a lot of people kind of goof that up, where they do that way, but the quality suffers. And so if we can keep the quality up, but still do it at that light, I think it makes a lot of sense. So my involvement with New York Fashion Week, I've done 5 seasons of New York Fashion Week. I've worked backstage with shows ranging from BCBG to Rebecca Minkoff to Sally LaPointe. My involvement was I worked with a team backstage, and we went in and did the hair, and it's exhausting, it's grueling. It's probably the best training you can get.
I wanted a place that I could grow, that I would learn really good skills, that I could just be everything that I ever wanted to be. And that is exactly what this place said that I could be. They were looking for hardcore hairdressers. They were looking for the clients that liked those individuals, that wanted to be themselves and just to do their best and give them everything. And I said, why not? So then I put my application in and just kind of was like, well, we'll see what happens. So, and then they kind of got back to me, and here I am. It's something new. It's something that Spokane's never seen before. It's a place when you walk in, you feel overwhelmed with the fact that you know that you're gonna get a good service, but that it's not scary. That the front desk greets you and that we're offering you beverages right away. We have a living room, you can sit in it. It makes you excited to get your hair done again. Because I feel like too often, especially nowadays, hair is kind of a thing that's like, oh, it's kind of cool to have, but you know, it's kind of an inconvenience when you have to go get it done. But this place makes you want to come more often and hang out with us, and that's really fine. So House of Pop means to me family and hip and fun. First, I would say he's wholesome. He's a good man. When I first met him, the word that crossed my mind was cool. And that's not really a word that you hear much anymore. I think that was a word that was more used, I don't know, like in the 80s and 90s. Because cool was what you wanted to be, and then cool became overrated, but that's exactly what he is. He's cool. And he's super easygoing. I've never been afraid to like ever talk to him or go to him for anything. He would drop everything to just help me if I had a question. So he's super gracious. And I feel like he's really encouraging, especially when you are nervous and when you're really unsure, and he just makes you feel like it's gonna be okay. And he's fun. So I like a fun boss, and I like a boss that's really easy to talk to. But I don't think of him as my boss, I just think of him as, I don't know, a mentor, I guess. So, I don't know, I love Douglas. He's my pop father.
What does the future hold for House of Pop? To be honest, I don't know. The goal was to get it open and get it functioning. Now that it's living, now that it's breathing, now that it's alive, and so now it's going to help dictate where it goes, depending on what the staff needs, depending on what the clients need. I know the next 7 years we'll be here, and we're not going to add any more chairs. It's going to be this, but you know, in 7 years, it's like if I need to add more, then we grow, we get bigger. There's already been talk about multiple locations and stuff like that, and as of right now, I'm not even interested in discussing it, just for the simple fact that House of Pop is a solo entity. It is what it is. But definitely training. I want to get not only the training program for the staff, but I would like to start inviting other salons in to train and start working with that community, and then doing like cool nights. Where, you know, it's almost like, you know, the bars when they do industry nights, and I kind of want to do that here. It's just the perfect location. It's the perfect setup for it, where you can have hairdressers from other salons come in, and you basically have one big jam session and document it, and everybody grows from that. So this is like, you know, House of Pop is like Switzerland. You know, it's non-committal. It's open to pretty much anything, whatever we want to do. So I'd say I don't have a 10-year plan. A lot of businesses will say, oh, that's stupid, you have to have a 5-year, you have to have a 10-year. And it's like, no, you don't. Not on a situation like this. This isn't corporate. You know, I'm not going to tell the House of Pop what it's going to do. I'm going to maybe send it in a direction, but what happens from there is kind of up to the people that inhabit it.
You can tell